college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Newman Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Tulane Green Wave. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bearcats will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Bohannon. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Turning it on! And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and attack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Turner. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. Zings it complete to the right. Gets away from one, finds some space. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and find. Quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
Got it in the middle. It's Warrior. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air, it's Sorsby. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
The Bearcats will go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
And the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Well, coming into this one, the offense knew a big key was going to be getting the ground game established. They haven't been able to do that yet. They punted on their opening drive, and they have a negative play here on the first play of their second drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The offense changing the play. They try to pop a run on the draw. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Connection to the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll run it from the gun. Runs through a tackle. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Oh, they're after it. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
It's not the end of the world. Bear with me. There is nothing worse than watching wide receivers run those little under routes, and I throw the football, and I'm 10 yards short. You got to push the ball down the field if you're going to get the first down. And guess what? You threw an interception, so be it. You made the tackle, no big deal. It's kind of like a punt.
Wants to throw. It's Sorsby. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Bearcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Walker. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Right down the middle. Finds the big tight end. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Turner. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
On the move, it's McClure. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Got a man. It's Reed. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Now on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Hayes. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Preston. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
It's a scoreless game, but it feels like after that completion, that may finally break. It's been tough sledding for both of these offenses. That time, they had the matchup they wanted. They took the shot. Really nice throw. Maybe that's the play that generates the first points of this game.
Powers through. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulane. I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet, 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Wilson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken it in the end zone. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. Here's a heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the 19. On the ground, it's Walker. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. He'll throw it. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Gets it down to the 13-yard line as they try to score before the half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Got the quick pass. Fighting off the defender. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Quarterback may change this route. They'll go to the air. Scrambling away. Makes the grab on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
When an offense starts to get inside the 5, defensively, I get more and more aggressive. I get closer and closer to my guy.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Green Wave.
There's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. corner's backing off a bit. Laterals it back. Rushes on him. Caught close to the marker. It's Walker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Cincinnati.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. These DBs going to give a little cushion. To the air on first down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having to lead.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense... Well, they get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. We make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Off the bootleg and rolling out. He wants to go deep. He's got it along the sideline. There he goes. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, it's Sorsby. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Royer. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense.
Third down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out and get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. Fourth down now upcoming.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Callaway. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Bohannon. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Hand off from the shotgun. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Man, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the first down.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Safe completion on the screen. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
He'll try to do it himself. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Buys a little extra time. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The green wave lining up, facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Takes it the other way. The 40. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown Bearcats. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
The extra point here would tie the game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Bohannon. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They're probably a little rattled after that last pick six, and who could blame them? But now deep breath, settle in, get a drive started in a time. And the defense forced the quarterback out of bounds before he could get rid of it, had to take the loss. Tulane right back to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the right. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Back to throw, it's Sorsby. Pulls it in, it's Caldwell. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
They'd love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on 3rd down. It's 56 yards out from here. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
The Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Trying play action. Going for 6. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
All right, 4th and short. You need a field goal to take the lead. There's less than a minute left right now. I don't think you get aggressive here on 4th down. Just kick the field goal to give yourself a chance to win this game.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads it left. Right on the money. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Green Wave. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ballgame. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. That last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. To the air, it's Sorsby. Fires to the right. It's complete. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Caldwell. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Off play action. Here comes the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Pocket breaking down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grab near the sticks. It's Caldwell.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Got it behind the line. It's Pryor. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Fires to the big fella. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Now from inside the red zone. Spits it out to the back. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And they take it in for for 6 more points.
Man, you did the hard part. Put a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
To the air, it's Sorsby. He will get there, and they take the lead with a 2-point conversion. What a gutsy call. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37.
First and 10.
This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking a deep shot. Touchdown, Tulane! They've got the lead here in the fourth. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback. In these situations, you drop so many guys back deep. But as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.